This video is to show you how to assemble, prime, and flush your new Berkey water filter. So the first thing I would do is to wash in warm soapy water all the parts of the Berkey that are going to come in contact with your water, except for the elements. These you never bring in contact with hot water or soap. So I would go ahead and wash all those parts, and then the next step will be to put the spigot in the base. And by the way, the base will have a rubber protector on the bottom here. It just sits right in there, and you can take it off as you wash, and then it just seats back in there like that. The spigot has two washers, and the first one that goes on the outside is arrow shaped. It's tapered, so you want to put the narrow end of the taper facing towards the hole in the Berkey, and the spigot shank goes through there. On the inside you have the other flat washer, and then the nut, and you want to snug that up. You want to find the sweet spot between tight enough and not too tight. And once that's in place, we're going to go ahead and put the little knob on the lid. There's a little screw and washer that you take out. And oops, and I just put the washer on the screw, put it through the hole from the inside, take the knob, and there's a screw inside the knob, threads inside the knob. And then the next step is going to be filling these holes. Two of them are going to be your elements, which are in a box like this, but they need to be primed first. And the other two holes we're going to put blocking plugs, because if you're not going to put elements in those two holes, obviously you need to stop the water from going to the lower chamber. And your Berkey will either come with white blocking plugs that look like this, or two little rubber bungs that are kind of cork shaped. If you get these, just shove them the narrower end in the hole, and self-explanatory. If your Berkey comes with these white blocking plugs, notice that they have two washers, and people often, because they're silicone with the washers, and the silicones of the two washers can stick together, and some people don't read the instructions and they treat these as though they're just one. You need to separate them. If you don't, you may not have good water going through to the bottom half of your Berkey. So the upper half with the washer through the hole, and then on the lower side put the other washer, force it all the way up to the top, tighten the wing nut, and then you'll do the same thing with the other one. So the next step will be to prime your elements. We have a video on this. This is a very important step. You want to prime these. Well, with our local water here, it takes 4 or 5 minutes to prime them. Different areas have different surface tension in the water, but do this longer than you want to, because if you don't prime these well enough and get all the air forced out of the holes, you're not going to get a good flow rate, and you'll be calling us the next day and saying, I put my Berkey together and waited all night and there's only 2 inches of water in the bottom. And we'll say the reason why you've only got 2 inches of water in the bottom is because you didn't prime them sufficiently. So we really encourage you to take the time to get these sufficiently primed. Please see our other video about how to do that. When you put them in the upper chamber of the Berkey, you want the black washer on the end here, okay? And you're going to put them inside. So the threaded end has gone through the hole, and there's no washer on this side, just the wing nut. And you're going to snug it up with the wing nut. You want to get the wing nut tight enough, but you don't want to over tighten, because you can strip these wing nuts. This stem is nylon, and this is a softer plastic, and you can strip it if you're too aggressive with it, so be careful not to strip it. And then of course you put the second one in, washers on there. Got the stem through the hole. The washer's on the inside. There's no washer on the outside on the black Berkey elements, just the wing nut. Snug it up, but don't over tighten. And then you're going to put the upper chamber on top, and you're going to fill the upper chamber with water. A couple of passes go through, so when you've got water down to about here, I dump all the water, put it out on your lawn or down the drain if necessary. Do that 2 or 3 times until the carbon blocks are sufficiently flushed and the water will taste good. If you don't flush it a couple times, you're going to taste some mineral salts in the water and it won't taste good. So make sure those get flushed out. While you're doing that, keep an eye on this spigot. You don't want any little drip, drip, drip here. And then you're good to go and you will love the water. Enjoy it. Thanks.